everyone, today it is going to be time for me to do an Empties video, and if you are new here, I do an Empties video every single month, and these are all the products that I've used up this month. This month is another really huge Empties video. As you can probably tell by the title, I've used up quite a bit of things. I have separated them out into categories, and let's just go ahead and get into it. So let's start off with makeup, because I feel like makeup is everyone's favorite, let's be honest. I used up a blush this month, and this was in my 1717 Project Pan. I'll link that whole video playlist down below, so if you're interested in Project Pans, you can go check it out. This is the Model Code Blush Cheek Powder in the shade 02 Peach Bellini. It was one of those just like peachy blushes with a lot of gold shimmer. It was fine. I would not repurchase it. It was too shimmery for me. I also used up this Rimmel Scandalized pencil. This is in the shade Brown. I love this pencil. This one specifically, I ended up losing the top for, so it dried out not really quickly. I've had it for a while. But when it dried out, it was hard to use. But these are really great pencils, and they're $3.09. Oh, I didn't tell you the price. That blush was $9.90. These are worth $3.99, and they're a great deal, and I really like them, and I highly recommend them. The next makeup product that I used up this month is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous Foundation. This one is worth $11.29, and you can see I used it all up. This was a nice foundation. I used the shade 805 Ivory, and it ended up being a really good match for me. I just didn't love it. It was a little too thick for me, and it did show on my skin. It didn't like blend in naturally, so I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but it did last all day long, which was really nice. The next thing I used up was this, I just got on my lip gloss. The Revlon Age Defying Concealer in the shade 02 Light Medium. This was another Project Pan item, and this was a little too dark for me, and it didn't have the best coverage. It was valued at about $9, and they don't make it anymore, but even if they did, I would not recommend it, and under my eyes, it looked really dry and crepey. Speaking of under the eyes, I also used up the Tarina Tarantino Eye Dream Hyperlight. I had no idea how close I was to using it up. This is valued at $22. I just went to screw it up, and it just didn't screw at all. This was really nice. It had kind of a pink tone. You can find this on Haute Look sometimes, and that's where I got mine. I would probably repurchase it again on Haute Look because I did like it, and I don't have anything else like this at the moment. Alrighty. I used up a few foundation samples. I used up the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Foundation. This is like one of those typical silicone-y clear ones that are really thick. If you like this, I highly recommend the YSL Touche Éclat Blur Foundation. I did a whole review of that, and I'll link it below in case you're interested. That one is so much softer and lighter and just better than this one in my opinion. So if I was going to get something like that, I would get that Touche Éclat one instead of this. So I would not repurchase this. I also used up these two foundation primer samples, and these are the Too Faced Hangover RX. These are valued at about $1 a piece. And I used to say this was my holy grail, but after using these samples again, I've decided I don't really like it. It's just kind of like a lotiony, really thin consistency, and it just, I don't know, I felt like it was really slippery and my makeup didn't want to stay. And I do have normal to dry skin, but for whatever reason, this just didn't really work for me. I then used up 3 separate foundation samples. I used up the Becca Aqua Luminous foundation samples. I used the light and the medium. They were both way too yellow toned for me, and this was such a small sample size. I couldn't necessarily really decide how much, if I would purchase it, so I don't really have much to say about it, and it was worth about 50 cents. Similarly, also worth about 50 cents. Oh no, this I actually know the size of. This is worth 9 cents, so it's a big spender. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Foundation. I had the old formulation and I loved it. I used these 3, the medium 3, it's light 5, medium 3, and medium 6. The medium 3 actually like matched me pretty good. I love the way this sat on my skin, and I'm definitely interested in purchasing a full size based on this. And then I tried the ever famous La Mer foundation that everyone is freaking out about. You'll see, sorry about that if that bothers you. This is the La Mer Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. Oh, hi. This, I didn't like at all. This was in the shade 13 Linen, which wasn't really necessarily the best match for me. But even besides that, I don't feel like it did anything great. This is This sample size is worth $5.50 because this is a $110 foundation. No. It just looked like foundation on my skin. It didn't blend anything. It didn't do anything special. So no, I would not ever buy that. And then I used up quite a few beauty tools this month. So let's go into that. I am getting rid of my Up and Up $6.99 foundation buffer brush. It's one of those like round top buffer brushes. It's super, super dense. And I got it because Emily Noel loves it. And I like it, but I definitely like this Luxie Beauty foundation brush in this shade. In the number 660 a whole lot better. So this one is much better in my opinion. And this one, if you can see, the ferrule's starting to come off and it's really shaky and it's really hard to wash. It's worth $6.99. It's not a bad brush, but I like the Luxie Beauty one much better. If you've been watching my videos, you know I hate this brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 17 brush. It was their powder brush. It was scratchy. It shed terribly, and you can see it's way past its heyday. And even in its heyday, it wasn't very good. It's worth $8. I don't recommend it, and I will definitely not be repurchasing that. This brush broke. I was traveling with it, and the whole thing came off. It was the e.l.f. $1 concealer brush. It was a really, really small top. I would not use it for concealer, but I liked it to like really pack on my inner corner or under the lash line. So it was a fine brush. I have other things that do similar products, but if you're looking for a brush for that, this is a good one. It's only $1. And then I used up 2 beauty sponges. These are just super old, and they're just not really good anymore. When I say super old, I mean well over a year old. This is by Beau Gauchis, I think is how you say its name. I'm not sure. I got it in an Ipsy bag. It's worth $14. It's a really nice dupe for the Beauty Blender, but it's not quite as soft. When you actually are pounding it on your skin, it's definitely a little harder. But it's not a bad sponge, but I wouldn't repurchase it again because I do like the Beauty Blender better, and I also used up a Beauty Blender. The holes in this have just gotten really big, and it's just kind of tearing, and again, well over a year old. I have yet to find something that is as good as this. I recently reviewed the Eco Tool sponge. That's what I used today. I'll leave that video down below in case you're interested. That sponge does blend out under eye foundation nice, but this is just so much softer and more luxurious and a lot nicer. So I would repurchase the Beauty Blender. Alright, and then we've got some fragrance that I went through. I went through 4 fragrance samples this month. This is worth $3.29. It's the Replica Beach Walk. I hated this and then I loved it, and now I'm just not sure. It smells kind of sweet. The whole thing with Replica scents is it's supposed to hit a note that like brings you back to something. It didn't do that for me. It was nice. These are really expensive. I don't think I'd purchase it. It was weird. I don't really know how to describe it. Then we have the Altier Cologne Orange Sanguine. This one's worth $5. This is just really strong for me. It's kind of bitter. Every now and again it'd get some sweetness that I really enjoyed, but generally it was too bitter for me. So no, not for me. The Cartier Bassier Volée. This is worth $3.87, and it smells like powder and perfume and is gross. No ma'am. And then they don't make this anymore, but this is the Moschino Fresh, and it's $3.96 for the size. And again, all of the prices are the full retail value, not necessarily what I paid, obviously. This was just another really fresh scent. I like a more sultry, deeper scent, not for me. And like I said, they don't make it anymore anyway. So, perfumes, samples didn't do so good on. This I love. It is the Victoria's Secret Very Sexy Touch Fragrance Mist. I use this in the morning before I go lifeguard. Y'all, we've got some serious blush happening today. Right? Can we just talk about that? Okay. I use something new. You'll see in my video on Wednesday, about all this new makeup that I have. It's very exciting. This smelled really sweet and just kind of nice. It had a little bit of perfume, but just some sweetness under it. It was fine. I don't think you can get the Very Sexy Touch anymore. And it did last really well, in my opinion, for what this is. And by that, I mean, like, I would put it on and I'd put a little bit in my hair. And I feel like putting it in my hair really helped it last. So it was good. I may repurchase it again, yeah. But I don't think you can. And then we've got some nail items. I used up this Nail file, it was worth $1.99. It wasn't filing my nails anymore. It was just super worn down. It's a couple years old. It's a cute little candy cane. It's festive, but it's worthless now. I used up the strengthening nail polish remover with the convenient pump. This is one of those pump tops where you can put it on and you just push down. I know a lot of people love this, but I didn't. I felt like I was wasting product and not a fan. I would not be. I like the Up and Up strengthening nail polish. I did repurchase that, but not in this convenient pump. And this pump is like $2.99, and the other one, this one is $1.29. So you pay over twice as much for this packaging, and I didn't even love it, so no. Then I actually, can you believe it, used up 2 nail polishes. I can't believe it. I used up, this was in my 17 and 17. This is the Ruffian Nail Lacquer in the shade Relic. It's a nice silvery shade. It's pretty. This formula is fine. There's nothing to write home about, and it's really expensive, so I don't think I'd purchase it. And I have another silver I like better. And this gold is the Maybelline Color Show Holographic in the shade Bold Gold. This chipped, and it was streaky from the get-go. Not a fan. Would not purchase it. Alright, now let's get into skincare. I used up this Biore Deep Pore Charcoal Cleanser. This is worth $5.99. It was fine. It kind of got that tingly sensation. It didn't do anything major for my skin. I really love the Clean and Clear Morning Burst, so I'd repurchase that over this. There's nothing bad to say about it, but it also just wasn't anything noteworthy. I used up the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting BHA Liquid. This is worth $7.25. This a lot of people swear by, but I used it as a toner / serum, and I didn't see anything, so no, I would not repurchase that. I used up this Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion Exfoliator. This is a really nice exfoliator. It's just kind of in a white cream. It's got a ton of grit to it. It does really get in there and get really fine exfoliation. I know the full size is stupid expensive. This size is worth, did I not write it on here? Apparently I didn't write it on here. It was a few dollars. So it's nice. I wouldn't purchase it, but I would definitely use some more samples. I used up this UB Moisturizing Skin Cream. This is worth $1.60. This was one of the just free samples you can get at Sephora. This was like a Vaseline. It was weird. It's K-Beauty, and it made it seem like it was like a moisturizer, but it was really for your lips. And if I put it on my skin, it made me break out. I don't know. It was weird. I wouldn't repurchase it. No. This is the Bliss Fabulous Foaming Face Wash. It was really, really liquidy. This sample is worth 25 cents. And it made my skin dry out. So no, definitely not. I used up 2 different under eye patches. I really like these. I don't sleep a lot. I'm in grad school, so I like these occasionally. I used up the Klorane Smoothing and Relaxing Packages. I did not like these at all. These were like fabric, and they just sat under your eyes. They weren't very comfortable, and they didn't do anything, so no. And then I used up the Anatomicals Puffy the Eye Bag Slayer Wake Up Under Eye. I used this when I was at a conference, and it had this like jelly consistency I really enjoyed. It was really soothing and nice. It may have puffed it up a little bit, maybe have helped my like teeny tiny fine lines slightly. Nothing major. Definitely doesn't give you lasting results. These are inexpensive and they're enjoyable, so I'd repurchase these. And I used up the Nuxe Creme Fresh Debut 24 Hours Smoothing and Moisturizing Cream. This clogged my pores really bad. It's weird. Like I said, I do have normal to dry skin, but when I used this, I felt like I could put it on my skin at night and I would wake up the next day and it would still be there and like be like a film on my skin. It wasn't very nice. If you have like ridiculously dry skin, you might like it, but for me and my normal to dry skin, it was too much. No, did not like that. This was something I really enjoyed. This is the Fresh Roast Face Mask. It's worth $12.50 in this size. It's kind of, you can see in there's a tiny bit left. It's brown, it's got some rose petals. I don't like the scent of rose. And this one does kind of smell like it, but it wasn't bad on my skin. I really like this as like a soothing face mask. If my skin was just doing weird things and I didn't want to use a charcoal face mask or something, if I just wanted like some hydration and to calm it down, I really, really liked this. However, I think a lot of inexpensive sheet masks kind of give you the same effect So I don't think I'd purchase it, but I'd for sure use another sample. Alright, now we're moving on to hair care. I used up this Frizz's Moisture Barrier Firm Hold Hairspray. Do not like this. It makes my hair crunchy. And it's valued at $6.99. Would not purchase it. I used up this Living Proof Restore Perfecting Spray. This size is worth $15, which is kind of expensive to me. It did last me about a month though, which is nice. It's a detangler. It was fine. It wasn't anything noteworthy. If you're gonna splash out on a detangler, I highly recommend that it's a 10, not this. I used up the Alterna Plumping Strained Expand Bamboo Volume. This didn't really do anything for my hair. I didn't notice anything at all. The smell is like a cologne that my grandfather used to use, so I really liked that. But besides that, no. And you can't buy this anymore anyway. But it is worth about $4.68 based on comparable products. I used up this shampoo. It was $2.75. It's the Parlor Moisturizing and Repairing Shampoo. It was a typical shampoo. It smelled nice. It smelled kind of appley, which I enjoyed, but it didn't write home, and these are more expensive, so no, definitely not. I used up this texturizing spray by Prince Harvey. It's the Prince Harvey Sea Salt Spray Mist. I tried to use it as a hairspray. It didn't do anything. Didn't love it. $1.10. No, did not repurchase. And then I used up 2 deep conditioning masks. I used up the Marc Anthony Deep Repair Aloe Vera and Jasmine mask. You can get these at Ulta. This is worth $2.99. And it didn't do anything. I feel like I'd use a whole lot of product. It smelled kind of floral. The smell is fine. I feel like I'd use a lot of product and it didn't do anything. So no, not for me. This I really enjoyed. This is the Weedad Moisture Lock Leave-In Conditioner. I got a sample of this from a box from one of my subscribers. E-Love. Super. We're going to make a video about it tomorrow, I think. So just hold your horses. But I got this and it's an amazing conditioner. It just really, really smooths my hair. It makes it really easy to brush through. Big fan, yes. And lastly, we have the body care / kind of random items. I used up this Dove Deep Moisture Nourishing Body Wash. I love the Dove body washes. They smell really nice. However, I have converted myself to the Bath & Body Works ones. I just think it's a really luxurious experience. And it's worth the little difference in price tag. This is worth $6, $5.99. And this is just this typical clean Dove scent that I really enjoy. But my ex used to use this, like the guy I dated before John. He would use it at my house. So like when John would use, like I wouldn't let John use this because I was like, it reminds me too much of him. It's weird. So it does have a scent memory. That's not like a negative memory. We didn't have like a bad breakup. I'm not like scarred by any means. But I don't want to think about my ex-boyfriend when I'm with John because that's just weird. So I wouldn't purchase it for that either. And then I used up this Indulge Aroma Flora Spa Collection Jasmine Flower Scented Body Cream. I use it as a body butter. I think it was worth about $3. My dad got me flowers for Valentine's Day. He does that for my sister and I. It's really sweet. And when he got us flowers, he gave us like a little spa kit that came with it, and this was one of the items. It had a little bit just like a typical body cream smell. I didn't really notice anything else. I would use this when John would come because he doesn't like a lot of scent, so I would just use this. It was really thin and kind of watery, but it did give some nice hydration, so it was good. I don't know how to buy it. I don't think I would. Again, I'm all about the Victoria's Secret. Not Victoria's Secret. Bath & Body Works, but this is nice. Speaking of Bath & Body Works, I used up the last of my gingerbread latte. This is their body cream. This was a really nice scent. It was really just kind of sweet and bakery. Really warm. It was great for the winter. However, I was disappointed in it only because it wasn't very gingerbready, and I love the super gingerbready scent. I'm okay smelling like a gingerbread house for Christmas time. So for that, I wouldn't repurchase this scent, but the formulation of this body cream is amazing. Big fan. Super hydrating without being suffocating. So yes, would repurchase it, just not in the scent. And then I used up this pocket back. This is the Seize the Day pocket back. It's like Beach Bellini. yeah, it smelled kind of peachy and nice. I do love the pocket backs. This was a cute, like, nautical themed one. In case you don't know, I'm a marine biologist. I have a seahorse on my shirt today. My dog, it's right there. His name is Hippocampus for that. So it was nautical. I liked that. It was a nice scent. I would purchase it again. And that is my really large Empties video. I had another huge Empties video. I was not expecting it. I thought I would probably used up like maybe $100 worth of items. No. So this month I used up $280.50 worth of product, which is a heck of a lot to me. I can't even like fathom how much that is. So year to date, which is really just the past 2 months, I started doing this new makeup buying plan. I made a video about it. I'll link it below. I'm a lot more focused on price versus like number. And so year to date, I used up $610.24 worth of beauty items, which is insane to me. And however, I did, in case you haven't seen my videos that I posted all last week, I'll link them below. But I did purchase the entire Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean collection. So I went over what I should have. And I knew I was going to, but again, I needed that collection in my life. I just did. So I spent $349.11 this month, which is not good. Which puts me at spending for the year $675.24 on beauty items. That's kind of nauseating in 2 months. I love makeup and beauty, and I will say, to my defense, I was running out of a lot of things. Like, this was my very last body wash. This was my last body lotion. Like, I completely ran out of a lot of things, so I had to restock, which did make me spend more. But it was really the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean collection. I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. So, for the year, or the past 2 months, I have spent $65 more than I've used up. So this month, I'm definitely going to be really frugal. There are some things I want, but I'm holding off, and I'm going to work on using items up. But, so that's kind of a downer, but let's just, again, look at this big old bag of Empties. And y'all saw there was a lot of makeup, which is always exciting because that's what I buy the most of. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you want to know what's on my face, it's always listed down below. If there's something you want to see, let me know. I'd be happy to make it. John and I might make a video soon. I got a couple of requests for that. We're working on it. I'm going to see if he'll do it. He kind of seemed slightly interested. We'll work on it. But yeah, that's all I have for y'all. And with that, I'll see you all soon. Bye.